Hi everyone.
Hey everybody.
Again, we are apologizing for not having any material for you guys out for 2 weekends in a row. We had gotten sick and then we've just been trying to combat it so that Joe doesn't get sick. But if you have little ones, then you know what that's like with just passing bugs back and forth. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking around and let's get to it. I know that you guys have been wondering for the past, I don't know, like 2 months.
Yeah.
Like 2 months.
It's been active.
What have we been super excited about and waiting to share the news?
I know everybody's been asking, when are you guys gonna tell
us? Like, what is it?
And we're like, trust.
We're gonna let you know.
We want to let you guys know too.
First thing first, it's not a baby.
No, because that's what I kept on getting. People are like, "Are you pregnant?"
No,
and I'm like, "No, I'm not pregnant."
So the news is that we bought a house. So it's a big deal. We are really excited. Things are crazy because we're in the process of packing and trying to move. It's just hectic with Chris. Yeah, Chris working full time, with me back to work full time. With the little baby, it's a lot.
So this will be a 2-part series. So the first one we want to just let everybody know, kind of like what
reveal was.
And then the second one we'll talk about the actual move.
The reason why we decided to buy a house, this wasn't planned. So I think a lot of people were like, okay, so you guys been planning to buy a house? No. We did have a conversation with a really good friend of ours last year about what it looks like to go into the process of wanting or starting to look for homes, but last year we weren't in the place to do it. It just kind of happened.
It's weird, which is kind of crazy to say because, I mean, buying a house is one of the
it's a big deal.
It's a major purchase, and it all kind of happened really fast. It went from we're renting to buying a house, going look houses.
So let's backtrack.
Yeah.
So what happened was, our landlord. So we're renting. We live in the Bay Area. We told you guys. We shared that recently. If you didn't know, now you know. And the rent here is astronomical. It's really expensive to live here in the Bay Area. So not just within San Francisco, but like all the surrounding cities around San Francisco. San Francisco's cost of living is one of the highest in the Bay, but it is relatively high still in other cities around San Francisco as well. So we were renting, and our landlord slapped us with a really crappy lease. It was a new lease. It was time for us to renew. He didn't even really give us the courtesy of letting us know, but he had increased our rent. So within the past, we've only been in this place for 2 years, and within 2 years, he's raised the rent almost like $400. $400, you think, okay, it's not a big deal. That's a big deal when it comes to rent. He didn't give us the courtesy of letting us know that he was raising the rent. He was just like, I sent you a new lease agreement. Just go ahead and sign it and send it back. And when we looked at it, we were like, oh, hell no. No. Okay, this isn't going to work. The terms within the lease agreement was they were bogus too. So we were like, you know what? It's time maybe for us to look elsewhere. So we were looking to rent elsewhere. My mentor pretty much, he had said like, why don't you try to buy? And I talked to Chris about it, and I was just like, I don't know if we're in a place. He's like, you never know if you don't try, which I think is a golden rule. You never know anything unless you try. Like, for us, we didn't think that we would be able to get a house. Not that we couldn't qualify or like our credit scores and stuff were good, but if you just don't have the information about it, sometimes you just think that it's not possible to do.
We went from renting to buying within a couple months.
Yeah.
Period.
So my mentor gave me his broker's contact and was like, it's a really good friend of mine, just hit him up. So we did that, and we were like, we don't really think that we're ready. And he was like, give me all your information.
We were like,
okay. And he was just like, we were like, all right. So we gave it to him, and within a day we were pre-approved.
And we were like, oh, it just got real.
It got really real. And we were like, what? So we were like,
it was
oh my God,
very
this is really
surreal
happening
for us.
Yeah, started looking around, going to open houses, and we went to a few places we liked. We put in some offers. We got outbid a few times, right? That was
Twice.
really challenging.
But it was also just looking at going to different houses. We would go to the properties and we're just like, like I'm not gonna spend like $500,000 or more on a house like this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a fixer-upper or whatever.
There are a lot of fixer-uppers here in the Bay Area that are like more than $500,000. They're like $600,000 for like
a building that's like gonna fall down.
apart. It's seriously, you blow on it and it's gonna fall over.
Right.
It's crazy here.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It's crazy here.
But we ended up with an awesome place.
We closed on New Year's Eve.
Yes. The 31st.
The-
It took 2 months
Oh
to
my
close.
god, it took forever to close. And that was like the best way to bring in the new year. Like, we opened up a bottle of wine and we cheers to that. Not because it was New Year's Eve, but because it was like finally. We finally closed. And it's still surreal.
Yeah, because we haven't moved in yet.
Yeah.
But we're in the process, and it's very surreal.
Like, a lot of this came around that time we were doing our 21-day reset. So when we said we were doing our cleanse, it was around this. No. It was around that time when all of this like came about, and it's just crazy when you have like good, positive, clean energy. Like, you can manifest like just about anything. We are just so fortunate and so blessed.
After doing the 21-day cleanse, it just like it was almost like a shift happened.
Yeah, so many
Yeah.
doors have opened since then. It's like just one like blessing after the other. It's yep.
All I can say is I'm just grateful for everything that has happened to us in the last couple months, and
yeah,
it's just been a true blessing. And
they're still coming.
I know
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And there's some other things too that we can't really talk about right now, but in the future we will share that information too with some good things that are that's come our way. Anyway, that's it.
Yes. So you guys finally got to know
the big
our
secret.
reveal. Trust us, we wanted to tell people a long time ago, but the process took a lot longer than we anticipated. And was tired of getting asked, Krista, are you pregnant? And I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant.
No, we're trying to buy a house, but it's taking forever to close.
Right. And we didn't want to tell people that.
And then it didn't close.
Yeah, because that would.
We've heard some horror stories.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for sticking around. Apologies again for us being not consistent. Like I said, we've been warding off these bugs, and we just were. Yeah. Krista's still got this last little bit of crap. I just don't want her breathing on me, so we're gonna end it.
I'm alright. Alright, see you guys next week.
Alright, bye guys.
Bye.
Hey lovely crew, tune in every Sunday for a new video. Thanks for watching and stick around for more to come.